I know for me, I had to be careful because I was always like, come on, you got to do this, you know, and I failed to. Shalonda's laughing because she's seen me in action. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Moms in the Zone. Today's guest is Miss Shavonda Brown. Miss Shavonda Brown is the mother of Destiny Jackson, a redshirt freshman guard at Wright State, Dayton, Ohio. And also she's the mother of Deshaun Jackson, who is a senior at Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington, Kentucky. And he is also a guard as well. Thank you and welcome to Moms in the Zone, Ms. Brown. How are you today?
I am doing fabulous. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for being with us today. So the first question we always like to ask to get the show started is tell us a little bit about Destiny and Deshaun's mom. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Shavonda Brown. I am 51 years old, originally from Louisville, Kentucky. However, I'm currently in Lexington, Kentucky, but will be transitioning to Indianapolis, Indiana very soon. I am recently remarried. I will be retiring October the 31st from Toyota Motor Manufacturing in Georgetown, Kentucky, where I work in human resources. So I'm excited about that.
Congratulations. I'm excited for you.
Yes. I am a former athlete myself. I played basketball, volleyball, and ran track in high school. And I went on to play basketball at Indiana State University. Started there for 3 years. And then I stayed on as a grad assistant coach. I used to hold the career assist record there. I was second in steals for career at Indiana State, and just competitive fan that loves all types of sports.
Right. So, you see, we all grinning. We loving it. Where they get it from? He got it. He and she got it from the mama.
They got it from the mama.
That's it.
As you mentioned earlier, Destiny Jackson, she's at Wright State University. Deshaun Jackson is at Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington, Kentucky. He's a senior. I've just been very blessed. God is just in the blessing business all day long. Blessed for my daughter to receive a full scholarship to Wright State University. And my son, if I can continue to keep him on the right track, he just received his first full scholarship offer from Morehead State University. And he's got a whole lot of other mid D1s that are showing a lot of high interest right now. So just excited about the way my life is going right now and the way things are going for us as a family.
Yes, that is all good to hear. And so you mentioned, Destiny and Deshaun. Can you tell us, a little bit about Destiny? She's the oldest. Let us know a little bit about Destiny. What kind of personality? You shook your head. Yes. I'm a mother of girls too, so I understand.
I think if all of us, if you have children or if you have nieces and nephews, more than one, you have one that sometimes is a little bit more challenging than the other. I would say she was just has been a little bit more challenging for me than my son. But after 1 year of college, he has matured a great deal. And I'm seeing a totally different young woman right now. But Destiny is... she's dealt with a lot coming through life. Me and her father divorced, and that took its toll on her initially. Had some setbacks for her in the classroom and on the basketball court. We were able to work through those things and still able to get a full scholarship to Wright State University. Mm-hmm. She is the child that is she loves, but it takes her a while to open up to most people. So I've been blessed that she was able to open up to her stepdad, and things are going pretty well with that. So, but she's doing really well right now. I'm very, very proud of her. I'm watching her grow. I've watched her have to have some courageous conversations. And I'm just here to support her and continue to do the best I can with that.
Awesome. What about Deshaun?
Deshaun, he's very social butterfly like I am. He but he does have his time where he likes to be by himself. And I'm the same way. He loves people. He works very hard. He doesn't have the natural athletic ability that my daughter was God gifted with, but he works very, very hard. His skill set is good, works hard in the classroom, doesn't meet a stranger. He's just that kid that, you know, people kind of go out of their way to get to know. Very competitive like me. You know, we're just a competitive family. So.
Right. We love that.
Yeah.
I guess I align more with Destiny. I mean, I love, but it takes me a while to kind of, you know, get acclimated to, or, you know, accustomed to you. But I guess my first question, just knowing that we were former, you know, athletes playing college basketball on a scholarship, as far as like motivating your student athletes, I know for me, I had to be careful because I was always like, come on, you gotta do this, you know, and I failed to, Shalonda's laughing because she's seen me in action.
I know it.
But I failed to point out, and just on reflecting, and I'm hoping other moms can see this as we have this conversation, as I reflect, I wish that I had really pinpointed on the positives more as opposed to coaching. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm helping, but I think I should have done it in the reverse. And my son's always saying, Mom, it was okay. You know, I still feel kind of bad about it, but I just want to hear from you because I've never talked to another student athlete as far as, you know, their child, you know, being in sports as well.
Yeah, I can relate 150% with you on that. Being such an avid basketball fan, that's all I wanted my children to do. But I didn't want to push them into that. And we started out in a little league, upward league, Christian league in Lexington, Kentucky, and they had basketball and cheerleading. Kind of the natural thing is she was like, I want to be a cheerleader. I want to do this. And I was like, no. And I didn't want to show that I wasn't really interested in.
Wait, look. I'm a former cheerleader, so I was waiting on what you was going to say.
Oh my gosh. But, you know, which is it's a sport too.
Right.
So,
It's not a sport.
I really wanted her in basketball. So, but anyway, she went over there with the cheerleaders and she came back to me and she said, Mom, I think I want to do basketball. So she wanted to go with her brother. So I was all excited about that. But to fast forward to some things, I coached my daughter for a while, AU girls basketball, I think for about 3 years. And then I realized I'm killing our relationship. You know, I didn't know how to shut it off. I love the game so much and I was very competitive. And there were certain things in me that I knew I had that I didn't really see in her specifically. And I was trying to load that into her, but that wasn't who she was. You know, I had a lot of natural athletic ability as well, and she did too. So she was able to get by on that without working as hard. After I'm almost scared to put this out here. The social services will come looking for me. But after one of our tournament games, she wasn't really playing hard and she wasn't giving it her all. And I found myself over there in the corner with her with her kind of jacked up. And, you know, I was like, so I had to come to my senses. But I think it's natural for parents to want the best out of their children. And as a parent, we've birthed them, we've raised them, we see their talent and ability. So it kind of is unsettling for us when we see them not giving their all, not giving 100%. So I had to learn to cut it off. I mean, after the game was over, give her, you know, what she did good, what she did bad, and get in the car and cut it off. But I was struggling with that. It took me some time to get there. So she also had to hear from her dad, who he played basketball as well at Lindsey Wilson College in Kentucky. I was trying to get him to shut it off, and I'm trying to shut it off. So that's constantly all she's hearing. So I had to finally get to the point where I was like, this is killing her. It's hurting her. You know, now she's not even wanting to come to the practices because it was just too much for a child her age. It took some time for me to get there, and I still have had spurts with it off and on, but at least it was something that I had to recognize and knew that I needed to change and be more intentional about giving her the positive that she did well in that game. Because watching a game, you're like, man, she didn't cut the baseline off. Let the girl go around her. You're like, man, you know, and that's such and such's daughter. She better get her. You know, mama, we talking about this and that, and your daughter's doing this and mine's doing that. And I'm like, so it took some time, but I finally got there, and me and her are able to build that relationship a lot tighter once I got out of the way from coaching her as far as an AAU coach, and being more intentional about finding the positive things that she scored 50 points in a game